There's a new controversy brewing involving how we train some of our most elite troops. Video has emerged of Navy SEAL recruits being tear gassed while they were forced to sing happy birthday. I don't even like that word forced. They told them to sing happy birthday while they got tear gassed. This is to prevent them from holding their breath, which to me is no big deal. Anybody that went in, you went through tear gas training. And SEALs do it a little more intensely in training because they're SEALs. Duh. The clip, obtained somehow by CBS News, shows the recruits, here it is, being subjected to tear gas for about a minute or so. This happened at California's San Clemente Island. The admiral in charge of the Sea, Air, and Land Special Ops Force has ordered an investigation into the video. Oh! Told CBS News it raises questions about the lawlessness of the behavior. The investigation examined whether the gas was administered at too close a range and for too long. It's also going to look at whether or not the instructors were simply not aware of the proper procedures, or whether they meant to abuse or meant to punish the SEALs, which could be a criminal offense. Leave that play. I want folks to see it. I don't find anything wrong with it. Let me tell you why. This is exactly what I've been talking about for months. This whole political correct woke movement in this country is going to get people killed. It's ruining our country, and someday, folks, mark my words, it will lead to the destruction of America as we know it. Let's take a moment to think about this video and what it shows you. You have to train men to fight, to go to war, to do the unthinkable, unspeakable acts that most all Americans back here at home cannot even fathom. And you want to train them with kid gloves? You're setting them up for failure, which in turn means America will fail. You need brave, badass men willing to pick up that rifle, head into harm's way, and keep us safe. And if we lose that, my fellow Americans, well, we're doomed. My next guest, retired Navy SEAL Eddie Gallagher, has been speaking out about the video. He recently posted to his Instagram and stated, "Nothing in this video is wrong or unlawful, but make no mistake, some enlisted SEAL will get fired for this." Joining us now, he's a former Navy SEAL, the founder also of the Pipe Hitter Foundation, and the author of the book, Man in the Arena, From Fighting ISIS to Fighting for My Freedom. And I am so happy to finally have him on the program, Eddie Gallagher. Eddie, sorry for such a long intro there, pal, but I had a lot to get off my chest. How are you, sir?
Oh, yeah. Good, man. Thanks for having me on.
So the minute I saw this video drop, and I'm thinking how these woke leaders have been treating our troops since Biden took over, I'm thinking exactly what you posted, and that's why I reached out to you. Somebody's going to pay for this because somebody got their in a bunch over something that has probably been going on for decades. So explain to folks at home, because you were a SEAL and you went on some serious missions. You know exactly what it takes to get the job done. You can't train with kid gloves at home and expect somebody to perform in battle, can you?
No. And, first off, just like I said in the post, there is nothing wrong or unlawful going on in this video. This type of training that we're seeing right here does not just pertain to the SEALs. Every branch in the military goes through that type with the CS gas. This is just normal training, not just in the SEALs, but everywhere else. What you have here is, if you listen to the CBS interview, is a couple disgruntled quitters who then leaked this footage to some parasitic journalists like Matthew Cole and Dave Phillips, who will give them a shoulder to cry on. And then we'll further this, take this video and further the agenda to demonize our training and our culture, which, if you look at the past, what Matthew Cole and Dave Phillips and even Dave Martin have done over the past couple of years, they are constantly attacking our training, trying to weaken it. And just like you said, further the agenda of making us a weak military.
Yeah, this is going to be, Eddie, I'm seriously concerned here. This is going to be the downfall of this nation. If we allow this wokeism and this political correctness to continue, because it's already there, to seep into our ranks, and now it's into the special forces, not just the regular ranks, how are we going to have a SEAL Team 6 to go take out a future Osama bin Laden, right? How are we going to have men like you to go over and get rid of the ISIS caliphate under President Trump when ordered by a real commander-in-chief? We're not going to have the men ready because, as you said, these were folks who didn't make it. They either rang the bell and tapped out or they got tossed out. So they didn't have the intestinal fortitude to make it as a SEAL, and that's okay, not everybody does. Yeah. But then they go and cry about the training like it was too tough. See, this is what we're creating in this country. We're creating weak men.
That's right, and this whole victim mentality that has swept across our society, especially in our young men. You know, they don't want to take accountability. You know, not everybody can hack that kind of training. That's why it's a volunteer program. You can leave at any time. And these individuals decided to leave at some point, and instead of going home and making something of themselves somewhere else, they decided to cry about it and leak these videos to these journalists who, like I said, want nothing to do but demonize our culture and training. You know, and the real problem here is, like I also stated, that somebody is going to get fried for this.
Right.
You know, the weak leadership that NSW has right now in the upper brass, they constantly kowtow to the media, certain media outlets. And what's really concerning is that these officers, this upper brass, they keep inviting individuals like Dave Phillips, Matthew Cole to training, or they're either leaking videos to them. And that's just to further the agenda so they can have somebody to fry. And I'd like to put out, you know, if one of my brothers that, you know, that is in that video, that is, you know, if you're on the chopping block, go ahead and reach out to Pipe Hitter Foundation, fill out a grant, because we got your back. Nothing was done wrong in this video whatsoever.
Eddie, I love you for that. That's my next question. You must be reading my mind. So, folks, if you don't know Eddie's backstory, we have not enough time to go into what happened to you in a woke government, because that's exactly what happened to you. I think it's all wokism and BS. But you were pardoned by President Trump, thank goodness, and then you took it upon yourself to start a foundation, right?
Yes. One quick correction on that. I was not pardoned.
Oh, not pardoned. You got.
Yeah, I went to trial. Was found not guilty.
Right, and then you got full reinstated from the trial. Sorry about that. I know you were seeking the pardon. That's right. Sorry. You're found totally innocent in your trial, even though the mainstream media and top brass and the Obama administration and everybody else threw you under the bus and said you were guilty as hell. There we go. We got it in 30 seconds. All right, so anyway, Eddie gets out and he says, I'm not going to sit and lick my wounds and cry about it. You decided to do something about it in case someone else in your position gets wrongfully accused, whether they're military or first responder. So you started Pipe Hitter Foundation. Tell my viewers what that does, because I know you, along with this program, we helped out Officer Davis from Southern California raise a lot of cash in his defense. So fill them in on what that does.
Yeah, so what the Pipe Hitter Foundation does is we support law enforcement, first responders, and active duty military. If they're being unjustly accused, we will raise money for their legal funds. We also provide emergency relief funds to their family as they're going through this stressful time. And we will also go out and advocate for them if they choose to be advocated for.
And Eddie, where do we find the book, The Arena, From Fighting ISIS to Fighting for My Freedom?
I have it on my website, theeddiegallagher.com, or you can also find it on Amazon as well.
Wow, they haven't banned you on Amazon yet? I'm amazed, Eddie.
Not yet. one of the few last places where my book is still being sold. So.
Well, let me just say thank you for your service to this nation. Thank you now for your service with this foundation to help the wrongfully accused, because I'm telling you, I'll say it again, I sound like a broken record, this will be our downfall if we don't keep creating strong men to defend this nation, and the woke liberal agenda is going to ruin it. We got to put a stop to it. Eddie, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it, brother.